Homelander. A few words might come to mind when you think of him. Menacing, evil, psychotic, fractured, but most importantly, dangerous. But what makes this Superman knockoff so dangerous? In this universe of messed up soups, Homelander stands at the pinnacle of superhuman capabilities, having abilities similar to the #1 boy in blue, Superman. This gives Homelander pretty much all the abilities Superman has, such as super strength, superhuman durability, super senses, and his infamous laser vision. Being a clone or copy of Superman should speak for itself as to why he is so dangerous, but it doesn't. You see, Homelander's powers are not the things that make him so dangerous. While he has some of Clark's powers, he only has a fraction of Superman's battle potency, making him significantly weaker than Superman. Some would even say, out of all the Superman clones, Homelander is one of the weakest. I think it's mainly because super-abled individuals from the boys' universe don't defy physics, so to some extent they're grounded in reality. So things like lifting a plane is something that's not possible with Homelander. But let's try to calculate just how strong Homelander is. In terms of strength, he was able to pull the door off a moving airplane, and a typical door has a surface area of 2,880 square inches. So considering that the typical cruising altitude for an airplane is 35,000 feet, that would mean that the door is under 8 psi, which is 8 pounds per square inch. So the total force keeping the door closed is about 10 tons. That's more than 20,000 pounds of force pushing the door shut. To put that into perspective, an empty trailer truck weighs roughly 25,000 pounds. And considering how easy it was for Homelander to rip the door off, I'm going to assume that he's 5 times stronger than that. So he'd be able to lift at least 100,000 pounds. That's the weight of an average blue whale. And Superman is able to lift 2,000 quintillion tons. I can't even put that into perspective for you. That's basically impossible to record. So it's pretty clear that Homelander is way weaker than Superman is. Now, being weaker than Superman doesn't make him weak per se, especially considering that for now he's primarily fighting people from his own universe. But it's pretty obvious that his powers aren't always as threatening, because we have seen in numerous instances where characters who are weaker than Homelander were able to give him a run for his money. And just from my observation, his super speed doesn't seem to be of any use outside of flight, because whenever he's in hand-to-hand combat, he doesn't really do much with his super speed. His moves are sloppy and they are not very effective. Homelander's durability is also higher than most soups in his universe, but it does have a limit since he did take considerable damage from his fights with Maeve and also with the fight with Soldier Boy, Huey, and Billy when they gave him the Jujutsu Kaisen special. Yeah, he had no choice but to run away like a dog with his tail between his legs. Unlike Superman and the rest of the Superman clones, Homelander has two major advantages. One, he doesn't seem to have any solid weaknesses like kryptonite, unless you count breast milk as a weakness, then that would totally be applicable. And two, his fragile and unstable psyche. Now, Homelander's durability does seem to have a cap, meaning if you're able to pin him down and just go to Pound Town, he'd die at some point. But it would be pretty difficult to pin him down considering his raw strength and laser vision. But his fractured psyche is what really makes Homelander, well, dangerous. He's unhinged and totally unpredictable. That's why almost everyone is afraid of Homelander. Homelander has somewhat of a child mentality, thinking he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. And because no one can really stop him, he does just that. The only thing stopping Homelander from becoming a dictator that straight up just kills every and anyone in cold blood is his fear of rejection and constant need for human approval. This might be because Homelander grew up without a family, being a test subject and all that, but that's what really makes Homelander different from the rest of the Superman clones. Superman specifically is held back by his morals and love for all life forms, while Homelander's moral compass only points to him. He's narcissistic and self-centered. Paired with his lack of an evident weakness, this makes Homelander a force to be reckoned with. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please smash that subscribe button.